Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release, giving you the very first experience of every single video game. We're lost in video game land sometime in October 1982.
You better stop eyeballing me, boy. You're not worthy enough to look your superiors in the eye. Use your peripheral vision.
And we were last on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum playing video games that just have the title Missile. Let's see what our next game is. Our next video game is Monster Maze by Tiger Electronics. Tiger Handheld Electronics. I really thought, I was surprised to see this because I was really hoping to see this at the end of the 80s. But believe it or not, Tiger Electronics has been around making video games since 1981. I just recently found out that they had old games, but now we can see the newest release right now in October 1982. And it's Monster Maze. Here's the box, and the creatures itself are definitely not trying to rip off Pac-Man. Definitely. And we flip it over in the back. Yeah, there's an example of what the game is like. You're locked in a maze with angry monsters trying to get you while attempting to clear the maze of all the dots. Eat the apples to get extra energy. Yep, it's a Pac-Man style maze game. And look, it's Tiger Electronics. Can you believe they're this old? I'm very, very surprised. I didn't really want to see them, and I'm a little scared. The other art we have for Monster Maze includes the other version of Monster Maze. There was this really nice handheld one, but then there was this tabletop version that ripping off Coleco. And Tiger's ripping off a lot of people. This is ripping off Pac-Man, and this version that we're seeing right here is the vacuum fluorescent display version. It's very, very colorful, very, very artsy-fartsy. You can see right here, there's the giant tabletop version of it. The handheld version, though, has something different. The directional pad, that's Nintendo. Nintendo has that patented. How are they getting away with this? Tiger Electronics, someone should sue them. Maybe Nintendo did, or maybe it's just different enough that it doesn't involve them. So there you go. There's an example of Monster Maze, and this is the only screenshot we have. This game we are not able to play on the show. I actually didn't find anyone that has video footage of proof of this game. So if you know anybody that has Monster Maze, or a way that we can emulate or play Monster Maze, let me know, because this is it as far as Pac-Man games go. There's 2 official Pac-Man games that you can play in the palm of your hand, and we've already played, this would be the 3rd Pac-Man handheld that we've seen so far on the show. And so I'm going to give this one a big fat 0-star rating unless we can play it ourselves. But Tiger Electronics, I hope we don't see too much of you. This one doesn't look as bad. It looks okay for a handheld, but you can see how many things that Tiger's ripping off already. All right, so after Tiger Electronics, let's shutter it off and let's see what's on the tube and what new video games coming up.
Introducing a better mousetrap. It's Exidy's Mousetrap.
Oh, they always show the ColecoVision version.
And makes everybody happy.
They get the credit.
Loves to eat the cheese. The cat loves to chase the mouse.
Oh my gosh.
And best of all, the mouse can turn into a dog and chase the cat.
The artwork looks pretty good there. What? Oh yeah, it's only a game.
On your ColecoVision, Atari 2600 VCS, or
yeah, there's the other versions.
System. But watch out for the hawk. What's the matter? It's only a game.
Like we'd be freaked out by that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play Mousetrap, released for the Atari VCS first, before we saw all those other versions. Now, we originally saw Mousetrap in the arcade December 1981, and we're going to be seeing this very, very soon for the ColecoVision, and then next year on the Intellivision. But the very first time you could play it at home is right here on your Atari. This is brought to us by Coleco, at least published by Coleco. The box looks very similar to the Coleco versions that we've seen on the ColecoVision and also on the Atari. This one is the 152nd game we've played on the Atari. That's how many Atari games are out there. And this one was originally by Exidy. Exidy's done 22 games that we've seen on the show so far. This one's the 2nd Exidy game on the Atari after they brought Venture home. And the front of the box offers, as usual, arcade quality. Look at that. They have the arcade cabinet here. It's got to play exactly like the arcade version of Mousetrap, right? Let's flip it over the back. All you need is one joystick to play. You control a crafty mouse weaving his way through a tricky maze of doors and corridors, munching on cheese bits as he goes. Oh, cheese bits. You know, because you have to be picking up something if you're doing a top-down maze game. Hungry cats pursue him every step of the way, making his journey very dangerous. If you eat the dog bones, you can turn the mouse into a dog, just like you did in the arcades. So cool. I know, right? We've gotten gimped before, but we're going to see what this one's like. What other artwork do we have for Mousetrap? Besides the box, we also have the advertisement you would have seen, and this one usually boasts everything, but this one only shows the Atari coming to the Atari because I believe this one came first before the other ones. And there's the cartridge we're going to pop in and play. This one is the 21st game that we played that's been published by Atari across all systems, all over the place. This is the third game that's been published by Coleco for the Atari VCS. So 3 games that Coleco's done for the Atari. Yes, and then this one right here is a later version because Mousetrap was released, I believe, in 87, 88, around that time. Remember when they were revitalizing Atari? So this is the later Mousetrap. Don't know if we're going to see that one or not. Don't even know if we're going to make it that far. But right here in October 1982, this is the first Mousetrap you would have gotten. All right, we also have the manual. How do we play Mousetrap? Yes. Oh, breathe in the smell of 1982. It's right here. You can select black and white color TV. We were just talking about that. I played more games on black and white television before I got in color. And I was trying to remember, what was the first video game I played on a color television? I know everything on Atari was black and white. I don't even think I played Atari on color. It was only black and white. So the game description of the fun-filled XD arcade games right here on the left side. For manuals, I am not going to read the entire manual verbatim. We usually just give you some highlights. Shows you how to get ready to play, hook everything up, get that RF switch ready to go. This game, you only need a one controller. It is not 2-player. It's 2-player, but it's the arcade style. You hot seat it to go back and forth. The red button's used to do... by the way, the red button has two things in this one. If you do a sharp tap, it'll change your mouse into a dog. But if you hold down the red button, it moves the doors. And it's not the first time we've seen Atari use that one red button for multiple things. So you can use the difficulty switches to go from smart to fast, or smart to dumb cats, or fast to slow cats. And then the race is on. If you see the picture right above my head here, that explains what everything is. What the cheese is are the little lines. Looks very similar to Pac-Man's cheese. The bone to pick up, and whenever you have the bone, you can convert your mouse into a dog to chase all the cats and turn the tails on them. Very much Pac-Man-esque, but this time you have the option to do it when you want. You're essentially grabbing Pac-Man power pellets and using them in surplus whenever you want to. Pretty cool, but it's similar to the arcade. The only thing this doesn't have as well as the arcade is the trap doors to move around. In the arcades, you had colors, and you could push the color button on the arcade cabinet. This one, you don't have that many buttons. All right, so here's the scores on the top left, what you get for everything. And as usual, Coleco tells you, the manual only tells you so much. The fun of discovery is playing the game over and over again for hours on end. Every time you play it, you experiment with different techniques and enjoy the game. Yeah, thanks, Coleco. Oh, man, I love the manual, though, checking it out. This one was also released in PAL regions by CBS Electronics. We're going to play the very first one here in North America. This is Mousetrap by Henry C. Will IV and Sylvia Day at sometime in October 1982. This is the second game that Henry C. Will brought to us after we played Commando Raid, also on the Atari. And this one goes right into the action. Usually it's in attract mode, something like arcade-esque, but this doesn't play that way. It just goes right in, and then I'm in. I'm playing. I'm the mouse, gray on the side of the screen. I have one dog bone. That's the X above my mouse heads. And if I pick up another X, you can see I got another one. The trapdoors are the ones that are blinking. If you hold down your red button, then the trapdoors open. So it doesn't have as much options as it does in the arcade, but it still gives you some variety for Pac-Man style games. Right now, the Pac-Man that you could play at home is still all the rage, and this option to go and move around is really, really nice. Let's see, I can probably sneak through here. Yeah. And you can see we got another cat up here, but I can quick tap of the button, change myself into the dog head, and then move around. So as far as Pac-Man games or maze-style games, this is pretty good. Really, really fun, robust, more options than other ones. And as far as game variations, you're not really seeing too much. Like, if I stop the gameplay right now and switch to game modes, there's no game select switch. All it has is the difficulty switches on your Atari. If you're playing this on one of those Sears consoles, and you don't have the difficulty switches, then you're out of luck. You don't really get too many options. You can see this is the one maze that we're playing, but it is fun gameplay. It's better than Pac-Man. I feel like I say that a lot here on the show. Yeah. Yeah, nice touch, right, Marshall? Using the flicker. And also programming it for 2 options for the button. And if you need a refresher, you can check the links down below to see what Mousetrap was like in the arcade by Exidy. They had 4 colored buttons, and you could use the 4 buttons to open up 4 different colored doors. So it is definitely a completely different game than the arcade. It's still a top-down maze game, don't get me wrong, so there's not too much there. Yes, turn the tables! I love the cat sound effect, it's really nice. Alright, he's going pretty quick. And you can see I got plenty of bones at the top. What is that, 4? Gonna about to pick up 5. Oh, it doesn't max out at 4? Hold on, I don't think I can pick up any more. If I use one right now. Oh, it does, so you need to use them. It doesn't register more than 4. Need to start doing it, yeah. And just imagine if you got this one and everyone else got Pac-Man, how much more fun you'd be having playing this. The options of the doors remind me of the game we played called Cat Tracks on the Emerson Arcadia 2001. This one marks our 118th game that plays like Pac-Man. Not official Pac-Man, all the variants of Pac-Man across all systems. So 118 other games that are out there across everything that you could be playing Pac-Man on. Some of the best that you could play on home consoles right now is Crazy Chewy that we played recently on the Creative Vision. That's fantastic. That's 2-player Pac-Man. And then the Casey Munchkin games or Casey's Crazy Chase for home consoles are some of the best. Those are great. Ladybug is on the ColecoVision. That's a really good one. Oh, so you got to use that power-up. Are our lives out? They are. So whenever you want to go, it just reset. Oh, interesting. This is one of the first times on Atari we didn't have to reset to play the game. As soon as all the lives are out, it just has a brief reprieve where you're just sitting there waiting for a sec, and then all of a sudden you're in. Let's see, we need to get in there. I also like how I can stand still and wait. Control works well enough, easy enough. Yes. Oh, Miss Pac-Man. Yeah, we haven't seen that one yet. Are they switching up the trapdoors? I think it's the same maze every single time. I haven't seen a different one. Yeah, it's the same maze, so I don't think we've gone to a different one. But to its credit, the Pac-Man on Atari was the same maze too. It didn't switch out either. Because the arcade never switched out. It was the same maze on Pac-Man in the arcade. So Cat Tracks is another really good one. You need to check that out on the Emerson Arcadia 2001. I would say that's still just slightly better than this one. It has more game options. Lock and Chase is also out there. Very, very good. I'd say this one plays better than the Atari version of Lock and Chase. And that one uses this similar concept with the gates. Yeah. But this is not better than Intellivision's version of Lock and Chase. So because of that, this is still a very, very good game. I'd give it above average. Still close to the average range of all the games you can be playing right now on home consoles. But it has polish, and the way that they programmed the gates to work, your power-up, whenever you want to use it, is a good touch. And you'd be doing, as most people do on consoles, going for the score attack. Let me just I pushed it too slow. Can we keep going with the same high score? Oh, go, 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 yes! Yeah, so we haven't gone to the next one. I haven't lost all the lives yet. Still got plenty of power-ups. There's not a ton of AI that's involved with this one. Notice that whenever I move around, the enemies aren't, homing in on me or chasing me. Yeah, that's true. Maybe we should let's change the difficulty and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and hit a reset. And let's go with difficulty A. Ready? Let's see if they're a little smarter. Looks like... Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, yeah, they're following. At least a little bit more. Yeah, look at that. There he is. Okay, yeah, so maybe we're playing on dumb cats, but so I shouldn't say the artificial intelligence isn't completely lazy, because you have that game mode. It may have been the game before. There you go. So not as many options as other games for home consoles, but I'd still give Mousetrap a very fun time, a great time. I'd even say for all the games you could play right now on home consoles, I'm going to say 3.5 stars. It's fun. It is one player only, so you don't have a multiplayer experience, but 3.5 for Mousetrap. Very, very nice. Even with all those Pac-Man games, I'm still not tired of Pac-Man. I don't know if that's my problem or other people would already be tired of Pac-Man. I even see a 4 in the chat. Very nice. Yeah, some really good ones. And yeah, the sound effects, yes, we've heard those before from the Atari. All right, after Mousetrap, let's see what's next. Next is the Sharp MZ line of home computers, and this is Nightmare Park. Let's play some Nightmare Park. Here's the cassette case. This is another one by Solo Software. Now, Nightmare Park, we've already seen originally in 1980 on the Commodore PET. And then on the ZX81, we saw it in 1981. And then just this year in April, it was on the ZX Spectrum. So this is the fourth time we played Nightmare Park. And I really enjoyed this game. You're going to love it if you haven't seen Nightmare Park yet. Front of the box is spooky. Do we have anything else? I think, okay, we have a possible other cassette front. I don't know which one is the right one. With the Sharp MZ line of home computers, a lot of this artwork is hard to come by. You can tell the front of the box or the picture wasn't high quality. There's an example of the screenshot. So we're just going to get right into it and pop in Nightmare Park to play. This is Solo Software at sometime in October 1982. Yeah, good box art. Very spooky. All right, I'm going to load the state because in anything on the Sharp MZ, you have to load BASIC itself. Like put the cassette in for BASIC, do the BASIC cassette, and then go to the next one. So we are not doing that. We're going to do fast load, and then we're in Nightmare Park. Yes. They've updated the graphics. This looks closer to the ZX Spectrum version that we played. And yes, we'll do instructions. How do we play this? Ooh, spooky. This is the 10th game we played for the Sharp MZ line of home computers. They give us... Oh, right, Manly? Man, if that would have sold you, then the bargain bin's for you. That's great. So fun. Yes, it's a nightmare. The idea of this game is to be one of the few people to survive in Nightmare Park. If you succeed, light a fire in the house. Press a key for more gory details. I love it. Use north, south, and east to move around the park. No joysticks allowed because it is keyboard controlled only. Things may happen at any time, so be ready to avoid danger. All right, we're ready. So there's a little character. Look on the far left. We are the stick figure. We can move all around the board, and I'm just going to head east because that's the only way we can go. And every time you make a step, you're having some random events happen. Nothing's happening yet as I'm moving. Oh, there we go. We've been surrounded by snakes. Numbers between 1 and 9 will kill them. Ready? 9. Oh. 3. Oh, 5. Oh, 6. 1, 2. 0. 8. Oh boy, this must be your lucky day. We did it. We killed them all. We picked the lucky number. So every time you move around the maze, a random event happens. In those random events, then you have to execute something randomly. So in a way, it's like has mini games involved, and it's kind of like an adventure game because you're involved with random elements, and we're trying to get to the house, which is right here above my head. I don't know if you can see. There you go. So we're trying to get all the way to the other side to the house on the other end. How you get there and if you get there, I never know because everything's random. All right, let's keep on going east. And behind one of these doors, a rather ferocious lion wants to eat you up. You have to open one of the doors. Which one will you open? So these are some of the mini games. We pick one of the doors. Let's go with lucky door number 3. Whew. He's not behind that one. So every time we win, I guess we get that screen to say we almost died. Well, we didn't die this time. All right, let's head... I've been heading north when we play this game, so I'm going to head south this time. And then go east. And every time we move... Oh, death ray. Stand still and pray. What? Is it just luck? It is. It is luck. Miraculous escape from certain death. We did it. All right, let's keep going east. East. So while this is a completely random affair, some things you do can be determined by, skill. But because it's a completely random affair, you could just throw this out. But I love this concept. It's a really fun idea. You're caught in a complex maze. Oh my gosh. We got to collect diamonds now. I didn't even read the instructions. I was trying to narrate. Can we move? It's not the cursor keys. Uh-oh. I didn't see the instructions to move, and we already got caught by the blob. Nightmare Park claims another victim because I didn't read the instructions. Yes, it is, Marshall. It is weird, but it's a fun kind of weird. We played another game on the Apple II back in 1980, I believe. It has this concept, but it does it much better, and it has comedy involved. More comedy. Do we want another go? Yes, we'll do another go. All right, so we're back on again. Let's go east. You can see the randomness. We're being pursued in a locked room by evil Midas. You have to avoid being caught and collect 2 pieces of gold. So the controls are the arrow keys. All right, door will escape. Okay, got it. This one works. Okay, we can move around. It's working with the arrow keys now. And we're supposed to pick up the gold. Oh, gosh. I don't know how it's following us. But the arrow keys are automatically moving me. I'm not having to hold it down. And I think he got us. How many did we have to pick up? 2? I think it was just 2 pieces. That's right. We get a coffin. It's a nice touch. This is quaint and fun, extremely random, and does keep a high score for you. I don't believe it saves on the Sharp MZ, but someone could correct me on that one. Do we want another go? Yes. Let's go east. This will be our last time in Nightmare Park. Okay, the complex maze, 15 diamonds to escape. Okay, so it's IJ. Okay, it's IJK&M. It's like programming. Got it. And see, they switched the controls up. Why did they use cursor keys for this round? I don't know. All right, got to be fast and smarter. We can do it. And they have a time limit. I don't know if you can see. It's right by my shoulder. You have to do this in 30 seconds and pick up 15 of these. So this is one of those games that you have to do it based on skill. That's it. I think I did it. 15 diamonds and then leave. We did it. You cut it. Nice. Oh, man. Yeah, these are... That game actually required some kind of skill, which is fun. All right, Homicidal Gorilla asks you to guess his name. It'll be shown to you for a split second. Everybody watch. Where's the name? Oh, did everyone see? Did anyone get that name? It just flashed on the screen. I think it was it Thom? I don't know if anyone took a screenshot. So crazy how many little mini games they pop in and out. I'm going to say Thom unless someone from the chat actually saw it flashed for 1 frame on the screen. Did anybody get that? Maybe it was, yeah, it started with a T. I saw it started with a T. I'm going to guess Tom. Maybe T-O-M. We do that instead. Tom? It was Timothy? Oh. So it did start with T. There's no way there was that many characters in what they flashed. So it has replayability if you enjoy randomness. I just love the concept. You would have had a blast with this at playing this on a home computer. We will not do another go of Nightmare Park, but man, that was fun. So of all the games you could be playing right now on home computers, I still rave about Nightmare Park. I say this one's a 3.5, above average for all the games you could play. Creative, and you would be able to hot seat with other people. You know, how far can you get? Could you get to the end? I haven't seen anybody do it yet, but it'd be a fun party game. Manly says 4. Nice, I love it. Yeah, and then a 3-star about average by Kun. Very good. All right, there's Nightmare Park, but that's not all. We got some more games. What's next? Our next release is back on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. This is Orbiter. Let's see what Orbiter is playable. Silversoft. Give us something new on the ZX Spectrum. This is our 104th game we've played on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. It went right out of the gates with tons and tons of games. Great box, though. This is really, really, really nice as far as boxes, especially for the ZX Spectrum. 16K or 48K if you got the upgrade. All this was mail order still right now. So you ordered this and it was shipped to you. And hopefully you got the 48K version. Nice. Thanks, Marshall. Yeah, it would rock. All right, so flip it over the back. You can see it's just a cassette case for Orbiter, but looks really fun. It's the #1 game? I don't think it's the #1 by Silversoft. What else do we have for Orbiter? This is the 3rd game we've seen that Silversoft has done for us after Super Wumpus and Ground Attack. One of them for the ZX81 and one of them for the ZX Spectrum. There's the cassette. You would pop into play on your ZX Spectrum. And I believe there's another. Yeah, there's the old, maybe the older box. It's got to be the first version of Orbiter, what the box would look like. I love the newer one though. All right, so the manual we have is just a homebrew. Someone typed it up for us. Thank you very much. There's the loading instructions. The playing instructions is what you got to pay attention to. Look at all of the buttons. So memorize those. Make sure you got them all to play. We have a climb, reverse, a dive, a thrust, a fire laser, a smart bomb, and a hyperspace button. And if you know all those controls, you know we're playing Defender. That's right, Psychosis. Awesome. All right, so this one has lots of different versions. It was released again by Paxman Promotions, and then different versions as well. We're going to pop in and play the first one you could play. This is Orbiter, brought to us by Andrew Gleister, published by Silversoft at sometime in October 1982. Second game we've seen by Andrew Gleister after another game called Invaders on the ZX81. All right, so we're in. Let's see, we got our Ascend and Descend. Oh, we got blown up. Nice job with the radar, ZX Spectrum. All right, there's our laser. Where's our thrust? There's our thrust. Oh, they're already taking our enemies from us. What's my turnaround? There it is. Come on. And then rescue. Good. Nice. They have it down. The aliens are actually abducting people, and you have to collect them. Let's go. Oh, we can't shoot them, it looks like, though. Picks them up. Nice. Oh, no, you don't. Yep. We already got a mutoid. That mutoid looks really scary. So we have a way to switch back and forth. I don't know what's wrong with my ship, though. The ship sounds like it's running on diesel fuel. Or it almost sounds like the farting sounds of the Apple II. How did they get the farting sounds of the Apple II here on the ZX Spectrum? That's quality. This is obviously a scrolling shoot-'em-up. I love scrolling shoot-'em-ups. This is our 137th scrolling shoot-'em-up we've played here on Chronologically Gaming, and that's across all systems. Lots and lots of scrolling shoot-'em-ups that are out there. As far as Defender games, this is our 33rd Defender-like game that you could play. Not official, just like Defender. And this one is the very first time you could play Defender on ZX Spectrum. Oh, yeah, that's right, my hyperspace. I need to see hyperspace, and I got my smart bomb button too. And for the very first time you could play Defender on the ZX Spectrum, this is all right. This is pretty good. Fun. It feels like you're playing in the arcade with all the controls, because they got, I think, everything mapped out that you would have had to. And they even have, look at this, the Martians abducting the people. I don't think we can destroy people like we could in the arcade. Oh, wait. Can I turn back around? And, oh, if you don't rescue before they die at the bottom. Okay. And we can't shoot them down here, right? Yeah. I don't know if I died or if shooting at the other human beings is what kills me. I know, with everything we've seen on the ZX Spectrum, this feels magical. The radar is what feels magical. Look at that. The single pixel is so nice. Way to go, Andrew. Getting this to work on the ZX Spectrum. Now, because this is the first time you could play Defender for the ZX Spectrum, this is great. If this was only for this little micro, right now, I would say easily 4 stars of all the games you could be playing on the ZX Spectrum. We rate the games based on everything else you could play across all home computers. Here, let's flip around. I see someone else trying to get... Oh, it's a mutoid. There he is. And let's see what happens if we go to the next level. Does it move to the next wave? Oh, attack wave complete. Nice touch. The UI looks pretty slick. Some of the best ways you could be playing Defender across all home computers right now would be games like the Eliminator, Lunar Leaper, Planetoid on the BBC Micro, which is also named Defender. That one looks really close to the arcade and is very, very smooth. But you have to think of the cost for the BBC Micro. Also, Protector 2 is a really, really good one. Astro Blitz, Gorgon, Strike Force on the TRS-80, and Offender for the Coco. Rear Guard's another good one that you could be playing. I'm mentioning all these games because all those Defender games I would consider better than this Defender game, because it has to go against all the other home computers that are out there. However, we played worse Defender games than the... So if you think this one's a bad Defender game, no, this is not a bad Defender game right here in October 1982. I like that this has all the controls and has all the elements of Defender. I would say what's worse is Avenger on the TRS-80 color computer would be a worse Defender game than this one, at least the way it plays too. Meteor Run on the VIC-20 is a worse Defender game than this one. So right now, if you had every home computer, I want to go to your house right now, but if you had every home computer, you'd say this is about average, and that's what I would say. Of all the games you could be playing right now, across all home computers, 3 stars. Psychosis already threw a 3-star out there. There you go. So that's Orbiter, your first experience playing Orbiter, and the first time you could play Defender, anything like Defender, on the ZX Spectrum. So I say, right now, of all the games, this is a 3-star game across all home computers. 3 stars. Way to go, Orbiter. Yes, it's decent. And James would even say 2.5 to 3. Very, very nice. Love the ratings. Keep sending them over in the chat. It has been a lot of fun. Yeah, I see more averages or average ratings of all the games we could play right now. All right, it's time to put the video game playing on pause. Hit the pause key or the break key if you're on a home computer, or maybe poke the game a few times. We're still going to continue playing all the video games released at some time in October, and next time on Chronologically Gaming, we're going to the arcade to play a squirmy, wormy new one. If you like Caverns of Mars, we're also going to play the official sequel to Caverns of Mars. That's it for today, and like I always say, please keep making quality video games, Atari. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.